Mole Season 2 has come to an end, and the winner and the mole have been revealed. Did you guess right, or are you just as surprised as me? Hey y'all, it's Nate. Welcome back to my little corner of YouTube. This video will contain spoilers for the Mole Season 2, the finale. So if you haven't seen it yet, you don't know who won, and you don't know who the mole is, save this video and come back after you do. You are about to hear my thoughts on the finale, but of course I want to hear yours, so feel free to drop your thoughts below if you do want to participate in the conversation. And give this video a like before you go, so I know you enjoyed it. If you missed my videos on the rest of the season, you can find them on my The Mole playlist on my channel, right at the top. So we had a lot of conversation in the comment section last week about Ryan and how pretty much all of y'all thought that Ryan was the mole. And some of y'all were like 100% sure that it had been her since the beginning. And during that double elimination, she was the first person to go home. So I know y'all was like, ooh, that kind of changes everything because she was my #1 mole pick. And then the person who I was starting to suspect, Deanna, went home right after her. However, my two original mole picks were still there, and that's Michael and Muna. Now, to my surprise, when Hannah gets back from that lunch with Ari, she decided to put $20K in the pot. I was sure she was going to take the exemption. It wouldn't have mattered anyway. She made it through but still got eliminated, but whatever. She put the money in the pot. And for the first time in the season, she brought the pot to 100K. And in fact, it was over 100K. I believe it was 105K by the time they were done with that. Now, I do want to briefly talk about that little lunch that they had. I think it was the Final Four lunch that they had. And I know that Sean eventually ended up being the mole, but they had me fooled at that lunch. Just like the cast, I was using that lunch to kind of suss out who was going to say what, how the mole was going to answer, so that I can try to figure out who the mole was. So when I was listening to those answers about them giving reasons why they needed the money, my bells were going off. Sean was like, look, y'all don't even really need this money. I need it, so y'all can just go ahead and let me have it.
This isn't a want, this is a need. And there's a difference between want and need. I need to win this. I need the financial help.
Muna had a great story about her mom, which that's been her story the entire season, so I didn't really think there was anything suspicious about that. For some reason, they didn't even show us Hannah's answer, but I guess they said it didn't matter because she was about to go home anyway. Because when you think of it, they only showed us the answer of the final 3 people. But you know whose answer stood out to me, and I guess I ended up being wrong because he wasn't the mole? Michael. To me, this entire season, Michael's responses haven't really been responses. All season, Michael had been saying, I want to do this for my dad. I'm doing it for my dad. But when he was asked why he wanted the money, he wasn't given specific. Like, he wasn't like, I'm going to specifically do this for my dad. It just felt kind of vague to me, and that made me think, even in that last moment, that he was the mole.
Dad's taken care of me my whole life. I'd love to do something nice for him, and I came here for the money, but also to show, like, representation between the gay community. Like, you put your mind to do it, you just have to be focused.
But maybe he's just not a man of many words. I was like, how come you can't articulate what you want to do with the money, mole? Like, I really was convinced. I was fully locked in on the fact that Michael was the mole. But I will say, in that final episode, Sean kind of made me think it was him. When Sean was like, oh, I'm a stay-at-home dad, I need this money to balance things out financially, he did make me go,
He's been the breadwinner since I've retired. So for me to win this, it goes towards her student loans, my son Jordan's student loans, and it can validate me as a father. Damn. A husband that I can still provide even though I'm not working it.
I don't know his personal financial situation, but most people who have a partner who is stay-at-home have the financial means to stay at home. Otherwise, they would just go to work. Out of everything that Sean did, that answer was the most suspicious to me because I was like, why would you need money as a stay-at-home dad? Clearly, y'all got money if one of y'all staying home. You know, so I was like, that's kind of a bogus answer too. It was a weird answer, and now I see why. Now, I have said this before, and I will say it again. The way that Michael was smiling when his light was green gave off mole. To me, it was the smile of somebody who knew that their light was going to be green. And he had that same look on his face when he stepped the wrong way during that final challenge. Now, as far as that museum challenge, I'm sitting here trying to figure out why they put Michael on the pulley. He's the heaviest person by looks. So why would you put the person with the most body weight on something where you have to maneuver them? That was just a dumb decision in my point of view. And his reasoning for wanting to be up there was wingspan, which I guess. And that the artifacts looked heavy, but they didn't really look that heavy. They sounded kind of like glass when they fell, but they didn't really look that heavy when he was picking them up. Someone asked me to record my genuine reaction when I'm watching the finale and I find out who the mole is. So that's what I'm doing. That's what this random part of this video is. is. Woo, let's go. Michael. Look at his face. Come on. Take that step forward, Michael. We know. Look at his face. He looks so guilty. Or just like so like smug. Ooh, I'm stressed. I'm stressed. Come on, step forward. Oh God, who is it? Who is it? Who is it? No! He cried at the table! He cried at the table. He cried at the table. He cried twice on this show. Come on, man. Come on, man. I knew he didn't need that money. I knew he didn't need that money. I knew he didn't need that money as no damn retired cop. Man. And still, he still fooled me in the end. Sean was a really good Mo. All the way through the end of the game, he was still acting like he wasn't the Mo. When they were doing the Pulley Museum Challenge, he was like, y'all pulled that rope on purpose. I saw you do it. Purposely trying to throw out Muna and Hannah. Y'all could be the Mo. And it's just so perfect now that we know that he was the Mo. It was like, you were really trying to divert that attention off of you. You probably were pulling it. And then, if you've been watching my videos all season, you already know that I pretty much stopped accusing Sean of being the Mo since that challenge where they had to scale the building and he was crying, saying he was afraid of heights. Like, that's when I was like, no grown man is going to get on TV and cry for nothing. Like, those have to be real tears. And they were not. He was like, I actually really love heights.
Yeah, I'm not afraid of heights at all. I mean, being from Vegas, I've been on the Stratosphere Tower many, many times. I love heights.
This is why I could never go on this game. I would probably be out the first round. I did really like that final challenge. It reminded me kind of Minesweeper. And I remember when I found out that that game actually had strategy to it and it wasn't just random numbers next to these random mines. So when they did that final game, I was like, oh, this is so fun. It's like, don't step on the mine type of thing. One thing you have to remember about the Mole, this is not just a game about being a good detective. It's very much a strategic game in the sense that your life, your survival in this game comes down to questions, and those questions are all about the Mole. So you really do have to be talking to people and getting to know them. I think I saw one of the questions on that final quiz was, what college did the Mole go to? It's not something you would know unless you had actual conversations with people. Like, you're not going to know that just from hanging out and doing challenges. You have to actually dig into who they are as a person. And that's where I think Q kind of fell off. I don't think he was doing that social game work to find out, are you married? What's your family like? Where'd you go to school? Where do you live? He wasn't doing that deeper digging. And that's why he had no idea who the Mole was. And that's how he got eliminated twice, even though he had an advantage knowing who he voted for the first time. You have to be able to do the strategic game and be a detective at the same time. And I think when it all came down to it, with just 2 questions separating the winner from the loser, Michael was just a better strategic game player. He knew more information on the Mole. Speaking of information, I know you are dying to know more about my hair. Thank you to the sponsor of today's video, Irresistible Me. Irresistible Me sent me my very first vegan fiber wig. And don't worry, I had no idea what that was before I got mine either. It is a type of synthetic wig, but it's softer and tangles way less than your standard synthetic wig. So I kind of say that it sits in between human hair and synthetic. It can be heat styled up to 360 degrees Fahrenheit, and I just found out when I styled my hair today that I could wear it in this wet and wavy state. So that's probably going to be my go-to for a while. It's definitely a little hot right now for wigs, but I love to wear this for my videos or when I'm just running a quick errand and I'm in between wash days. You can learn more about Irresistible Me and their vegan fiber wigs at their website, irresistibleme.com, and use my code NAY-10 for 10% off your order. Thank you to Irresistible Me for sponsoring this video, and thank you for watching this portion of the video. I wish they would tell us which questions Muna missed. That would be really good to know, just to see what type of questions or what kind of information she was lacking that Michael had, but they don't tell us that. I do think I would have preferred to see Muna win, just because I liked her answers for needing the money much better than Michael's. Like I said, he was vague, but he won fair and square. He knew more. He had a better social game, and you gotta respect that. This season of The Mo was great. I do think I'm gonna make this a regular show that I cover on my channel, so I'll be back here for season 3. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me this season and being very much a part of the conversation on who is the Mo. Next week on my channel, we are having a movie night on Discord. We're gonna watch Barbie. That's the one y'all voted for, so we're having a Barbie movie night over on Discord. If you want to come hang out for that, all of the information is on my community tab, the very last post that I posted, so you can get my Discord server link and see details about the movie night there if you're interested. And until then, I'll see you next time. Bye! Leave my slippers on. Conversation. Comment section. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Videos on any other... What did I say? Oh, alright, let's get into Ryan. You're gonna fall, Shadow. My rabbit is being seconds. I just fed him breakfast and he's like, Shadow, I know you hear me. Thank you. I mean, listen, he don't care about me.
My hands shaking like I need it. I don't know why you got me sinking so low. Yeah. Girl, you got me restless.